Hello there, and as usual, I'm Arron from Let's Stay Gamers, and welcome back to a little bit of Hellion. This time, I've managed to rename the ship to beautiful little Henry, and we've also got ourselves... Oh, it says Henry on the engine base, that's really cool. So the basic idea of today's little operation is try to get to the outer asteroid belt. So now that we're back up at the bridge, I'll quickly show you my plan on the navigation map. So we've looted these little stations here, tried to find some more supplies. If we activate our navigation tab, if I can reach it, there we go, hit the nav tab. And my plan is extremely simple. We're going to try to slingshot ourselves to the outer asteroid belt so we can do some mining. The only issue that I'm waiting for here is, that was the main planet we started orbiting. You can see the orbit of this thing called the burner that we're currently on. And my plan is I need to slingshot myself from the burner to this planet called, or this sort of thing called the Broken Marble. And once I'm at the Broken Marble, I can use that wide orbit of that particular planet to get myself within the asteroid belt, and I can start mining. And with some mining collected and stored aboard the ship, I can then sort of head back to my station and start adding modules to it. But that's all quite far in the future. First thing first, though, I need to show you how to play basketball. Yes, you can play basketball. But I've got so many basketballs. I think there's definitely some sort of illegal situation here where basketballs must have been like the must-have on every ship or station. Right, so we'll head down into here, and I'll show you some basic basketball throwing. It's such a basic feature, but you can imagine that your crew could be down here. So we've got hundreds of basketball hoops. Well, not hundreds. We've got 4. We've got a load of basketballs. So if you're in the market of a basketball and you can't find one, that if you can't, you're probably blind, then you can always come and meet me for a dodgy back sort of space deal on basketballs. I'll give you a good price. So we can throw this up, hold the G down, and you can throw it up. Just watch how it bounces, though. It just has such a natural sort of bouncing characteristic to it. We need to get at least one ball in before we go back up. So we'll throw that. We'll do it a little bit of a dip. Yes. Oh, no, I think it bounced off the hoop. But you can imagine your crew could be down here playing basketball. It stops them from kind of shooting themselves, as long as they don't get the ball like jammed in a lift or some sort of air ceiling and then everyone gets sucked out into space. It might look that probably happen, especially with the crew I play with. But going into that, we've missed again. We'll stick it back on the rack and we'll try to wait for that orbit so we can slingshot ourselves into that next position. So we've made the jump. We're approaching this automated fuel refinery that I don't know what it will be. It sounds like it's going to be an automated fuel refinery, but you never know. It could be some sort of turret machine of death, or just another location where people tend to store their basketballs in this galaxy. So let's increase our velocity in meters a second, so we gain on it a little bit faster. So you can see that bar at the bottom of the screen. That is basically how fast I'm approaching it, and if it goes red, that means I'm approaching too fast and I'm going to ram into it. So let's balance out our little tabs. So we've gone red, so we need to slow ourselves down. Need to also increase that. Let's slow our meters a second, using up a lot of RCS here, and we're going to drift just ever so slightly around the left side. So that's quite a big structure. We've got this big sort of hangar. Let's maneuver towards the hangar. Maybe I could even park the ship inside it. That would be quite a feat of piloting if I could do that. Let's actually have a look around, though. There's guaranteed to be some sort of turret here to deter people. So someone's already, looks like, trying to mess with the RCS modules, because some of the RCS modules of this structure look like they're open. Let's match the velocity. Velocity is apparently matched, but I don't think it is. Let's rematch that velocity. Hit M, hit F3, see if we can do any of that. Slow ourselves down. Okay, velocity is matched. Let's bring ourselves into the hangar. If we can, let's rematch the velocity. We keep matching it, and then I keep messing it up. So you can see there's like either a little bit of desync between me and them. Let's just see if we can bring this a little bit further forward. I don't know if we can actually dock this. If we can, it would be like an amazing thing. Let's match the velocity. So once I match it again, it slows me down. Oh, and then juts me back up. So let's just adjust for that velocity match by adjusting it over here. And as we've got our nose through the door, we can bring it a little bit over to the left and a little bit over to the right. So if we bring it more left, it's going to joust us around here. Try not to push it out of its orbit, though. Let's see if we can get our nose firmly through. Oh, no, right. All we're doing is hitting it now. Okay, velocity is matched. One of the biggest things in any sort of space game is the sort of depressurization, repressurization sort of sequences, airlocks and whatnot. It's something you've got to either learn to love or you're going to pretty much forever hate. So we did quite a nice jump here, very close. So we're looking for fuel cells. That's what we want here. Activate ourselves and crawl on a board. So there's no turret shot at us, but it doesn't mean that there's not turrets here. Usually there's gravity in these ones as well. Very nice indeed. We could also probably try to seal this up, what we got going on here. Oh, we've got a computer coming down. Any information on the computer? No, just looks like it's knocked out. Okay, so we've got a fuel refinery with nitro in it, so we can stick that down there. We can offload that. Cargo interaction panel. Let's have a look what cargo. We've got no cargo aboard, so that's not great. And now we'll start looting for some basic supplies. Now, it is a little bit laggy. I'm going to warn you about that. We can have a look down that corridor and see that there's nothing there to murder us. That's always a positive. What's that? An air processing chip. And we can just keep exploring, looking around. It looks like someone has been through here because there's parts still around. But I'm not too sure if that's just because someone's been a bit dopey. Right, let's pop down here and have a quick look. Oh, is that a crowbar? Oh, please be a crowbar, and then it can be a bit more like Half-Life. Crowbar, yes. Oh, it's just like Half-Life now, even better. Right, okay, so we've got the pressure hazards. We're not going to do that like we did last time. We'll climb back up here. Now, with this crowbar, I wonder if you can break crates open. I wonder if that's an actual thing. No, it's not. It's not Half-Life, Arron. You're a bit mistaken. Right. So we'll continue going through here. That's just that looks like an air pressurized thing. That's also a door lock. We'll continue moving through this particular area. We've got some more oxygen cells. I'm just a bit worried about confronting some sort of turret. CO2 filter, perfect. Nothing really important we've found. Oh, there's some ore canisters. That could be useful. Right, we've also hit the jackpot. We've got 2 warp cells here. Let's just check the size of these. 24%, so that's still more than we actually need. So we can just drop these back in here. I'm going to grab that other warp cell and we're going to dump that, and then we're going to start exploring the station. But so far, I've pretty much filled my whole ship up with ore canisters. That should have enough ore, so we've actually got that much stuff that I can't really fit anything on the shelves. So we're just going to, for the moment, have to offload them in here into this gravity sort of pit in the corner. Right, so we've just loaded it up with the last few supplies. You can see we're actually filled to the brim with cargo from this refinery station. My last little thing I'm going to do is explore the actual inner workings of this station. So there may be a little bit of lag in this part. We're going to also seal the doors up on both sides. My only worry here now is that someone comes along, sees my ship outside as I face planted the ground, and takes advantage of me from behind. No, I'm just joking. But takes advantage of my ship door being open. I could close it, but I just, I'm not going to bother. Let's just keep an eye on this oxygen. 34%, the HUD's not on, so I'm just a little bit worried about that. So there's probably other doors open around the station, but we're just going to attempt to close the big ones. So door control, oh, look at that rotating motion, lovely. Let's pop the pressure on that. Whoa! Okay. So weapons have been looted, ammunition's been taken out by the look of it. Let's continue going around. Another ore cell. I'm just really worried about bumping into a turret. Let's grab that. That's a canister with something. Let's have a look what we've got in here. Nitro oxygen. We'll pop it open. We'll have a little bit of oxygen out of it. Let's put our oxygen up to 51. Let's dump the canister into our inventory. And we'll continue exploring. Actually, let's drop that. Let's get ourselves a crowbar out just in case we come across any weird mutant space thing inside here. Whoa! Ooh, oxygen's good in here. There's a pressure hazard though. So it's resealed into this area, but there is a pressure hazard into that area. Great. Thanks for resealing, airlock. Let's override that and let's grab onto this. Okay, air quality is good. Bars of pressure extremely low. Let's pop that up a second. Okay, this is an interesting sort of structure. Is this some sort of reactor room? No turrets about. Yeah, it looks like some sort of reactor. Maybe some more processing. Another warp cell. How good is this one? 27%. We'll keep that on us just in case. Dump that into that. So we've got distress. Oxygen is actually breathable in here. So we can pop that up. Okay, and get our light on and off. There we go. So that area is depressurized. We've got some more little canisters here that could come in handy. Nitro, oxygen, oxygen. Get back to our crowbar. Keep searching through. There's something really eerie about these space sort of stations. We'll go down here and we can actually have a look for the power supply here. Okay, so the fusion reactor's online. It's missing a power generator. So if we wanted to capture this module and bring it back home, we could have this. And I believe what someone said was these are like the core parts of your station. A power station, raw resource canister. Should we grab these? Have we got enough? Or should we save it? We'll save it. We've got well enough resources. Quick inventory of what we've actually managed to grab. We've got ourselves a new crowbar. There's probably a few bits we missed as well. We've got ourselves a weapon. We've got an absolutely stock ton of warp cells. We need the warp cells because we need to get to the outer rim. And we've also got all these resource canisters that we're going to have to put in the machine and see what we've got. So that's going to take a bit of a process. But sticking them in is quite fun. So they're empty at the moment. Let's grab ourselves the cells we actually have. Stick that over there. So what's this? This is 30 nitro. We'll add that to there. So that's now empty. So we grab that off the machine. Just going to dump that in the empty pile over there. God, we need to do some sort of cleaning up in here. So this is heavy ice. 42 units of it. And I don't think we can actually insert it into the refueling station. Air generator, RCS, engine power. So we need some ice. We need to search for some ice. So let's put our full canisters over here for the moment because our oxygen supply is going down, and I guess we can use the ice like some of the space engineers. Let's check that one. So after a lot of jumping, messing around, we've reached this massive asteroid that does seem like it's on a little bit of a course towards us. We'll use our RCS and we'll try to get a little bit closer, dock our ship with it, and then we'll do a little bit of mining. It'll be the first time I've ever done mining in this, and the journey that it's taken me to actually get to this outer area has been extremely unforgiving. So I don't want to wreck now and crash into the bloody asteroid, so let's slow ourselves down here a little bit. We need to suit up, we need to go down there, we need to get our drill operational and see if we can do it. We're not too far off the surface, so this should be perfect. Have we got enough oxygen? Let's just check with my HUD. Can't tell at the moment, so we're going to have to check on the backpack. We've got 39. We'll grab a little bit of a tank fill up when we go down there. We don't need a gun. I'll leave that up here. Let's just see what else we've got on us. We've got nothing else on us. Down the beautifully crafted elevator. Pop our visor back up for a second. Oh god. What the hell has happened? This technically means we can mine inside the ship? I feel this is a bit cheating. But we'll just give it a go temporarily and see what happens. So we'll grab ourselves a drill. Okay. It's like we pretty much crashed, to be fair. And then we grab ourselves one of these batteries. So it slots the battery into the drill. Okay, and then you grab ourselves an empty canister, and it should put the canister on the back. Canister of ore attached. Okay, so now if we go to the surface, what happens if we start digging into this? Or we're just going to damage our own ship? Okay, it's mining ice. Oh god, I'll probably fumigate myself to death though. So we've got ourselves some dry ice. Capacity's filling up. I think capacity's around 50. Oh, maybe not. Right, okay, I feel that's a little bit cheating. We've got nitrate minerals. Let's just have a quick look at what we've actually got in that canister. I believe if we hold R, we can actually select these and remove the canister. Okay, so the canister's been removed, and that is that. That is 100, so we've got 30.4 dry ice and 31 ice. So let's just quickly put this drill away for a second and bring it so we're not stuck inside the asteroid. God, that's pretty bad, isn't it? Oh, let's have a look. Okay, and pop. Ramps coming down. Okay, ramps come down into the ground ever so slightly. Okay, and of course, there we go. There's the ship parked. Looks like it's crashed, to be fair. Very, very tight parking of the Henry type vessel. But it means we've got enough to actually mine it. It would probably be easier to actually mine it by scooping it up and parking the ship back inside. But we'll try doing some mining like they want us to do. So we'll grab ourselves the drill. We'll add our canister. Is that the right canister? No, that one is. Let's try adding that back on. Maybe if we drop it and then reload it. So let's drop that out and land on our face, because that's a great thing to do. If we can get back up. There we go. Get back up. Add this canister back on. Like so. Canister now attached. So this is the one with the nitrate. I like how it's all really displayed on. So let's actually do some mining. Collect up some more nitrate minerals. Now that looks right and it sounds right as well. How everything's vibrating. Got this beautiful sort of smoke effect going on here. Okay, canister's full. So let's return back to our ramp if we can. Drop ourselves back inside. There we are. And so we know we've got a full canister. So let's reload this if we can. Oh, I think we've taken the battery off by mistake. I've taken the battery off. Remove the canister instead. Okay, so then since we've got this as a full canister and we know it's a full one, let's dump that. So that's 150. Let's reattach that back on. Okay, that's where that canister's living for the moment. We also need a battery. I think I stored the battery in my inventory. So let's just put that. We'll put that back in a second. We'll put the battery back. We'll just add another battery on from the sideboard for the minute. Okay, there we go. Battery inserted. And this resource container is empty. So we can collect some more ice up. It'd be nice if there was some more minerals. Maybe there's a way of detecting what's actually on the surface. So we've got ice at the current moment in time. Try not to drift too far away. Collect this ice up nice and steadily. I'm guessing this is going to go towards our oxygen and hydrogen production. Entrance to my ship there, blurred in the distance. 25% ice. So I can't believe we finally made it to an asteroid and we finally started doing some successful mining. I was very worried that I wouldn't get this far, and we're actually very far from that central planet. But now I know how I can get this far by scavenging resources. I think it'll be a lot easier in the future to do so. And the first thing we're going to have to do when we get all these resources on board is work out how to refine them. But I think that might be a job for the next episode. So mining was a complete success. We've got ourselves 2 full canisters and we've got a third one that I can't seem to fill up. But we're going to lock up the door here. So hit that button. And then we're going to attempt to repressurize the cabin. So let's repressurize. Start pumping the oxygen and repressurizing it. So we can take our helmet off and walk around normally. The next step that we need to do really is work out how we can process these materials. And I don't think it's as simple as just sticking them in this machine and then processing them and converting them. We might have to go or find something for our particular outpost so we can actually process them said resources. But we'll have to see. Anyway, let's add our drill back to this inventory. So if we whack that on there, we go to this and we go remove canister. We've gone back to that mode so we can take that off. And we can also take our battery out so it doesn't go to waste. Add that back to that shelf. We can start adding these batteries that we've collected back to this shelf as well. I like how everything's stored away nicely. It's quite a cute little factor. So whack them back in there. We've also got this resource canister. We can just dump them down there for the moment. Oh my god, what's happened with that one? It's possessed. Oh no, it's because there's no... There is gravity, hang on. Well, it's up there now anyway. We'll have to find some way of getting that down. Let's pop this door open. Pop this door open as well. Okay. Right, and we'll have to begin our next little flight. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. It's up to you what we do in the next episode. Would you like to see me try and refine or find a way of refining the resources that we just collected? Or would you like me to explore some more outposts? Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching.